There we are. Hey. Hey, everybody. Rachel here. I hope y'all are having a great week so far. So it is Tuesday. How is everybody doing? I am trying to get a hole done in our antler here. Let me get this. Y'all, I save a big thing of all my stems. And so I try to be prepared. And I had the sticks, the dowels, glued in here. And I'm just kind of digging them out now. Hey, Miss Nancy. Hey, Miss Tiff. So, I had the dowels glued in there. But here's the thing. I wanted them to turn a little bit. So I thought, well, I'll just put a wire in there. Well, that's all fine and good until the stick didn't want to come out. And so I just kind of had to break it off and then cut it out. Let me see. I don't know. I may have to use 2 of these. This one's thicker than those. I may use 1. It'll bend a little bit. Okay. All right. So these are, I like them. They kind of like have a felt, soft feel to them. They're not like, they're plastic, I'm sure, but they've got a felt feel to them. Does that make sense? Okay, I need to give y'all an update. So y'all know I buy my glue sticks from Amazon. Hey, Miss Emily. Hey, it's been a while. Yes, I'm so glad to see you. Hey, Miss Missy. It is so good to see y'all. So I order my glue sticks from Amazon because they're cheaper if you buy them in a big, case. Okay, so I got really low of glue sticks. So I said, well, I better order some. This has been about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. They were supposed to be delivered yesterday. I got a message from Amazon. Nice little message. Yeah. We've updated the shipping. They hadn't even shipped them yet. It's going to be November the 10th now is the estimated arrival date. I'm like, so you change it from being delivered on October the, 28th for 2 more weeks? I mean, really? Y'all, that's messed up. So now I may actually run out of glue sticks. I'm going to really have to go to Walmart, and I don't want to because you pay like 3 times as much. But anyway, so that's my dilemma on my glue sticks, y'all. So Thursday we will be making a mini little, I don't want to call it a centerpiece because I mean it's going to be like a little mini arrangement. It's a little bitty Santa Claus, a little bitty Christmas tree, and then it's got a little bitty sleigh. And I'm going to try to fix it where the sleigh is up in the air, kind of ascending above, kind of above behind the little Santa Claus. Y'all, that one's really thick. These 2 are thin. And I don't have another really thick one that's going to fit up in there. So I'm doing it this way. I did remember to get me some green floral tape the other day. So Anyway, I am not happy with Mr. Amazon taking their sweet time with my big old box of glue sticks, because you know I get the 10-inch ones, the long ones. So anywho, how is y'all's week going? Tell me that. We are still hot and dry. Over the last week we've been hot, but it's been like the humidity was lower, so it was actually a tolerable heat. But this morning we got up and it was a little muggy. Now we're still in a drought. But it was kind of muggy, and it kind of acted like it wanted to rain. It looked cloudy, but it's just muggy. Our humidity is back. Okay, so we're going to be close, like 86, 88 degrees today. And it feels like summer. Just put it that way. It feels like summer. Y'all pray for Robin. She is sick. Please hit the thumbs up and share. Yes, please hit the thumbs up and share. Yes, Miss Robin is not feeling good, so y'all please keep her in your prayers. She was sick yesterday, didn't go live, and today she is still weak. She did get to hold down a little bit of toast this morning, but she's still sick on her stomach and weak and not feeling good. So keep her in your prayers. And y'all, Miss Monique finally got a date for her shoulder surgery. Isn't that awesome? After what, over 2 years she's been waiting on that. Okay, now let's get started. Now that that's drying, get all this out of our way. Okay, so we're going to use this greenery pick. It's flocked. It's got some berries in it, a pine cone. I didn't think about this, but really should have found maybe a couple of more pine cones. Warm and windy. Oh, Tiff is windy. It's snowing. Poor Miss Missy's got snow. 83 feels like 85. Oh, can you believe Mr. Drew had the nerve to call me during a live? What? Uh-oh, he's going to the closet. I can feel it right now. Mr. Drew done messed up. He needs to stay in the woods hunting for another hour. Right? We just need an hour a day, you know. Okay. So I kind of want them. So this is why I broke them off of the wood dowels, because I want them going outward. Okay. So let's make this easy on ourselves, and I'm going to place it right here. And then this actually, I know you stop each time, but it makes it so much easier to handle. It ends up being a lot quicker because you can manhandle it better. I've remembered my tree over here, so I can show y'all. Someone had messaged me and asked me, and I had made a little video on how to attach it to the trees. So I thought, well, since we're making one, I'm going to bring my tree and just show y'all while we're fixing this one. And I need to let that glue set up. We're going to place this one. Trying to get them about even there. And then, come on now. I needed new floral tape because my tape, the brown, is so old, I think it's gotten sticky. Okay. You know, I worked on my back porch yesterday and painting some flower pots, repotting some plants, and gracious, Monique has been waiting forever. She has. She has been hubbing it there with her shoulder. I kept putting her off and putting her off. Keep adding a little bit of hot glue to kind of get that secured like I want it, but I think that's going to stay. Okay. Now I found this, and how cool is this? And y'all, we could even make one of these. I don't know if you can see, but basically, this is just a wired, it's a brown wire stem. So if you had a stem that was wire, all you would have to do is take that jute rope and wrap it around going up, and then they folded it back down. And then tied little bells on it. That's all that is. So they've got, and this one, yeah, they all have bells. So how neat is that to have a rustic pick that basically you can make on your own. If you had pick berries, you can make your own, you know, pick there. But even just to add in any arrangement that you're trying to make look farmhouse or rustic or, you know, like that, all you would have to do, and this one's just wrapped a little bit tighter than this one. So you've got some that are tight, not as tightly swiveled up there. Isn't that neat? But these came from Hobby Lobby, y'all. Closet time for Mr. Drew, right? 71 sunny here. Oh, Miss Nancy, 71. That sounds amazing. Y'all, I love wintertime, but I hate wintertime because of the grass turning brown, everything dying. If it could be wintertime and everything stayed pretty, the flowers bloom, you know. Okay, tell me I want my cake and eat it too. But I like everything pretty. But this heat. And let me tell y'all something. Have y'all had, may just be here in the South, I don't know, but usually you don't get mosquitoes real bad unless it's early in the morning or late in the evening. Y'all, I was outside yesterday and I had 6 citronella candles going, Now, I was eat up. My arms was eat up. My legs, I finally got where I just couldn't handle it. I should have sprayed off when I first went out there, but I didn't. I thought my citronella candles would help. I was eat up so bad with mosquitoes from head to toe. And it was the middle of the day. Are y'all having bad mosquito issues? There's Miss Andrea. She made it. The tree topper is beautiful. Thank you, Miss Andrea. See, even if you had a Santa theme, you could use this, the antlers, or if it's a wildlife, a rustic, or going in a man cave. See, Miss Nancy? Mr. Drew needs one with antlers and stuff. He's out hunting and calling her. Trying to find where that's, yeah, bring it around like that. I'm going to adjust the antlers more, but I'm scared to right now because that glue is not set all the way. So I'm going to wait until it is set. But I will adjust those. I'm going to turn this greenery. Some of the red berries, split them kind of where some's going left and some's going right. So kind of hung up in there, but there we go. We'll do it that way. So a word to the wise. If you're going to order your glue sticks, don't wait till the last minute. And even if they tell you they're going to be in 2 weeks, they may not. And I have brought out these. I don't think those are going to look good. Do y'all think we need to add more little berries or no? Love that, Rachel. Thank you, Miss Tiff. We are deep in the woods. So Drew made a fat house on both sides of the house because they got eviction notice from the garage. And you have no mosquitoes. I'm so sick of mosquitoes. My husband said, you had the mosquito spray off on the golf cart. Yeah, but I thought my citronella candles was going to do it. It didn't. So, more berries. Or no? second to, because there's like a delay on here. I ask a question, it's about 10 to 15 seconds behind on getting an answer. Tiff says more. I can't bear to hear anything. Is anyone else having this problem? It just started. More. Good deal. And y'all, these came from Hobby Lobby. So the greenery came from Shirley's. Y'all, the antlers, I don't remember. I want to say Craft Outlet maybe 2 years ago. That's what I want to say on these, because they're the they feel like a real soft felt, really. So I think those came from Craft Outlet. Now I did have some that I used the other day, and they were from Walmart, but they were not the soft feel. So when I get all of everything together, I will shoot hot glue all down in these stems, and it will hold all that together. All right, so I'm going to put one here, and we can work it around to where it looks like it's just naturally blended in. And going all different ways. You know? And by doing the floral tape on each one as you add it, it just makes it easier to handle, easier to add each one in. When I first started doing the tree toppers, I would try to hold them all while I wrapped all of them at one time. Hey, I was about ready to throw the towel in. I was about ready to throw it across the room. Just saying, because one would get out of whack, one was too tall, one was too short, one wouldn't stay in place. It would be a hot mess. So see, if you work your little branches in around, it just makes them look more like they're natural instead of just one bunch right in there. So now, and we're gonna almost done with this part, we will add our felt and our bows. But this, it really does. That's the trick of making this easy to do, is to add one at a time. Makes a big difference. That's my tip, y'all. Got out and come back. Go out and come back. Okay. Yes, Miss Missy. Okay. That one's kind of swinging a little bit, so it's going to need to be glued for sure. But it's up here. It's up high there. All right, so our next step, let me just get some room, y'all. A peek for Thursday. For Thursday. We're going to use these and our little sleigh is going to be up elevated, I think, if I can make it work. All right, so now just a plain piece of, not a plain, but a piece of, no, I'm fixing to forget something. A piece of felt. I use green. If you got a white tree, you could use a white piece of felt, or any color tree that you got. I just use green because most trees are green that people have. And even if your tree is green and it's flocked, you can use the green and it's not going to show through very bad. So, let me do this. The reason why I cut that out was it just went down to one stem. Now, this one's not heavy. If you had a real heavy, because I have made some huge tree toppers. If you got a big one, you're going to want to use some little dowels. And you just, after you get them all in there, and then you just lay the little dowels in there and then wrap it. Depending on how heavy it is, depends on how many. I have used 2 or 3 of these. I've used bigger ones. I've used smaller ones. So you can add to it. This one's not real heavy, so it's not gonna be a big deal. So I'm gonna come down about 1 inch. And here on this side, and it doesn't matter which side, I'm gonna take and I'm gonna glue that pipe cleaner right there. Then I'm going to come down to, I don't know, 1 inch or 2 from the bottom there. And we're going to do the same thing again. I'm going to hold these just a second. Now, so this is going to be my back side because this is where the back of it is glued down. And don't have to necessarily be the back of the tree topper, but it's the back side of my stem. So I'm going to take on here, I'm going to go to the left side of where it's glued. And we're going to put our hot glue there. And we're going to go with the edge. And I'm going to do that just like that. So on the left side of where I glued that is where that's going. Then we'll come around here to the right side and we're going to put more glue. All the way down. And we'll have to kind of arrange all that, make sure it's all in the right place. Good to know I haven't started on my tree topper yet. That is a great tip. Hey, it makes it a whole lot easier. All right, now it's good to have one of these little tools right here. And I'll try to bring y'all down. I was moving it around up and down so much. But these you can get at the Dollar Tree. And they're wonderful to make you a hole right here. Right by that pipe cleaner. See if I can get it where y'all can see. So, about the width of my little pinky. And I've poked that through there, and I'm just kind of spreading that hole out, okay? So then you're going to take your pipe cleaner and feed it through that hole. Now, it's going to crimp, so I try to keep it rounded as it's going through, or it's going to be a hot mess, okay? So now I've got it pulled through. And we're going to go down here and do the same thing. Get my hole made. Y'all know what I'm talking about when you try to get that pipe cleaner through there and it's folded and crimped. Okay, so we've got those. I'm going to go ahead and put some more glue here. So now this one, because this one's right here, we're going to need it to come up straight from this, just like this one. So I'm going to put this hole right here. Remove this. Hey, Miss Tricia, how are you? I'm trying to craft, but I have the strength in my left arm. It's holding anything, and it is frustrating. Bless your heart, Miss Nancy. We're still praying for you. Life is just not fair if you can't craft. Good grief, I am looking around to see what my cat is jiggling, and it's Rachel. Jingling, oh my goodness. Okay, one more. How are you doing, Miss Tricia? So we're putting this one through here. And it almost crimped. All right. So see, now you have these two and these two. That's going to be your ties. Now we're going to swing it on around, and I'm going to overlap it. Just a little bit. I'm going to move my fingers. I got one healing up there from glue burn on a tree topper. Be careful, because if you're like me, I glue my pipe cleaners down in there from my bow, and it dripped down the other day. Okay, so now we're going to trim this baby. And you can pre-cut it, but I wanted to not waste very much of my felt because I use so much of that stuff. Okay, so I'm going to try to get this cut evenly. All right, so it's probably about as wide as my pinky is halfway down. So I leave a little extra so I can get in there and put some glue and glue it shut. Now I'm going to come back and right here on the edges where my scissors didn't get all the way up to it. I'm going to trim it. Okay. So, if you didn't want a bow on your tree topper, you could put it in there just like this. Okay. But some of these little pick berries around. All right. I went ahead and made some bows. Y'all, I emptied a roll of ribbon. Now, crafters rule are in the I have company, so I'll be watching. Okay, Miss Jody. Thank you, honey. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Miss Tiff, for sure. Please hit the thumbs up. I used up the roll of ribbon for this. So guess what? The rule is, in the wreath making world, if you use up a roll of ribbon, you get to replace it with 3 rolls. That don't always happen, I wish. But hey, it's a good rule. It's a good rule. So, I make the ribbon just like I was going to make for a wreath with the pipe cleaner on back. Now, my pattern that I like to use for a tree topper, I like a 4-inch ribbon on the back, and I usually use 1 loop on each side. Then I go to 2 loops of the next color, 1 loop, so it's 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1 in the middle. That's just a recipe of the bow that I like for a tree topper. I have done 1, 2, 3, 2. I mean, you can use any recipe, but I like the 1, 2, 1. It's just the 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's just how I like it. But anyway, we're going to put this on there because there's no wrong or right way. This back loop is a 7-inch loop, and then I go to 6.5, 6, and then this drops down to usually about a 4, 4.5, because it's a bigger gap. It goes back to a 1.5 inch. So I got a 4-inch ribbon, 2.5 inch, 2.5, and a 1.5, and then the center one's a 1.5. So that's just how I usually do the majority of my bows for my tree toppers. So the way I attach these, mouth is in there, I try to bring the pipe cleaner at least to hook around one of the little stems on each side, and then bring it down. And I'm pulling it very, very tight on each side, and then we're going to twist it all while trying to keep it tight. Once you get that first little loop around, it's usually easier to hold and handle. So then you can finish finessing your little picks there. I got my hair falling in my face. Wasn't no use to even fix my hair this morning because the humidity's so thick outside, it goes into a frizz ball. Okay, and this, I learned this also. I was attaching my bow when I first started making them, and then trying to do this, and that's a hot mess. So it's easier to go ahead and finish your stem before you put the bows on. Let the bows be the last thing you do. I'm just telling y'all. I think this is the 3rd year I've made big tree toppers as far as to sell. And I think over the last 2 weeks I've made probably 10 or 12. So yeah. Now I'm going to put a little hot glue there because I turned my pipe cleaner down into my stems. I'll put a little glue in there. Not much. Now we're going to take this one. This one's a little bit more challenging to get in there than the first one, but we can do it. Yes, we can. Let me get this. And you're doing okay. Injured my knee. Somehow it is swollen, but it is getting better as long as I stay off of it. Bless your heart, Miss Andrea. Very pretty. Thank you, Miss Emily. It's so good to see you. Oh, Rachel, you are so talented and you make most beautiful crafts. Thank you, Miss Jody. That is so sweet. Miss Emily, I'm on Tuesdays and Thursdays now at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time. 2 o'clock Eastern. So that's 11 Mountain, 12 noon Pacific. No. I just got that mixed up. It's 11 Pacific, 12 Mountain, 1 Eastern, no, 1 Central, and I'm gonna hush, 2 Eastern. But anyway, that's what I'm on right now. All right, so I've got these coming around on the 2 little stems. And that just keeps the bow from sliding down because it's hooked around one of those stems. And we've got between the floral tape, the hot glue, all the picks, all the stuff. If you wrap that pipe cleaner around one of them branches, those little stems, it's not going to slide down. So now I'm going to take and y'all, you can move those little loops out of your way, the loops from the bows, because they're wired ribbons. And we can always refluff them and put them back in place. So after I got that one through and tied together, I looped it around that little pick again. Now we're going to not let that little pipe cleaner go nowhere. We're going to glue it. This is where you got to be real careful. This is how I usually burn my fingers, especially on tree toppers. The reason I like to do 1, 2, 1, 2, here's the reason. Because if you got this, your biggest one on the bottom, then 2 loops is going to split, and you're going to get to see this ribbon through this one. And then you go back to 1, and it's shorter, because each level is getting shorter. You're going to see this one past this one. So you're getting to see all your ribbons, and that's why I like to do the odd numbers. And that way your eyes flow to all the ribbons. Now, it's easier to fluff all this back out once we get it on the tree. But, so this is when I would come back in here. And I would shoot my glue gun down in there to all these picks. So that they stay together. They're not going to come loose. They're going to stay in place. come back and put a little bit more glue right there. Now, let me show y'all how to attach this to a tree, because this is what somebody asked me. You're going to take those two pipe cleaners. And see, there goes that glue. It's coming down a little bit because I got my hand up in there touching it. I took the topper off of this tree because I use it to do pictures. So on the stem here, on the trunk of that tree, you're going to let this, on the top of your tree, is going to sit right up in there. And then you're going to let these stems hug the tree. So I'll slide that base there on the trunk of that tree. Get those out. And let it rest there. And then I'm going to wrap that first one around. And twist it a couple of times. Let me find my pipe cleaners here. And you're going to take those, go up under the branches. I know it's probably hard for y'all to see, but then you're going to twist them. And just because this is a small tree, the trunk of it is about the same as a regular sized tree. So now once you get it on here, it's a lot easier to fluff your ribbons because you can use both hands. And if it's especially up on a taller tree, of course this one is, what, 4 foot tall, so it's a really small at this height. And then you can fluff your ribbons back out. There we go, and I'm going to work on this one. It's going to need a little bit more hot glue on that antler, that wire. And I would use this side as the front. And by using, I forget to tell y'all this, by using your 4-inch ribbon on the sides, and they need to be wired, but so that would be a side view, and you're not going to be, it's not going to be gapped open like that. So it just gives enough fluff that it gives a pretty side view. Of course it don't, I've got it on a rotating tree stand, so it's not tight down in there, because it's for a bigger tree, the tree stand is. So, thank you, I'll be watching. Yay, it'll be good to see you some more, Miss Emily. I was thinking about you the other day. Glad you're doing okay, Miss Tricia. And your money somehow is swollen, but it's getting better. Simply gorgeous. Thank you, Miss Andrea. So that's how we do the tree toppers, and it's basically the same method whether it's a little tree topper or a big tree topper. It's all the same. It's now just to get all the ribbons found from up under there, because they get all willy wonky trying to get it up in there. So that's how it's done. So we will do a little miniature arrangement Thursday. And then y'all have to tell me what else y'all want to do. But that was the vote for last week, was a tree topper and a mini arrangement. So we'll do a mini arrangement Thursday. So, and that is 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 noon on Mountain Standard Time, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, I got it straight that time. Beautiful. Thank you, Miss Nancy. And we're going to continue praying for your arm, too, because it's no fun if you can't. And y'all, look what I forgot. We had those. Look what I forgot. Look what I forgot. I may be unwrapping it to add these, y'all. Leave it to Beaver, but I will that's probably what I'm going to do. But I am going to wrap these in green, at least put one on the front and on the back. Thank you, Miss Tricia. So I hope y'all have a wonderful and blessed evening. I love you all. I'm fixing to get out of here because we're going to vote early. So my husband said, be ready. So he's taking off a little bit early this afternoon, and we're going to go ahead and go vote. And so we'll have that behind us. But I will see y'all Thursday. I love you all. Y'all get to craft and make something beautiful. And Miss Nancy will remember you in our prayers. And remember Miss Robin in our prayers too, because she's feeling under the weather. So I will see y'all Thursday, and I'm fixing to get out of here, and I'm going to go vote. Miss Tiff, we're going to do Zoom on Thursday. So if y'all are in the membership, we usually do Zooms right after our calls, our lives. We'll do a Zoom Thursday. Today, I'm fixing to get out of here and go vote. So I love y'all, and y'all have a good day.